A new way to get stopped by law enforcement, what the LA County Sheriff's Department is testing that should make getting pulled over safer and a lot less stressful. Plus, why one Southern California city is banning things like silly string for one day only. You're watching The Rundown. Hello, everyone. I'm Robin Winston. More on those stories coming up in a moment. But first, the price of gas dropped again. It's not a lot, just 2 cents, but it's headed in the right direction, so we'll take it. The average price for a gallon of gas in LA is around $6.04. That's about 40 cents higher than what we paid last week. There's some mixed news about the future, though. AAA says a couple of local refineries will be doing maintenance for a few weeks, but large shipments of imported gas are expected to arrive here soon. Negotiators for the Striking Writers Guild of America are meeting with representatives of Hollywood studios. The WGA confirmed this in a message to its members while urging them to keep picketing as talks continue. A hope for a resolution is increasing as top executives join Thursday's meeting, which reportedly went on for nearly 10 hours. Reaching a deal means reaching an agreement on wage increases, residuals in the streaming era, and the use of artificial intelligence. While some writers are expressing skepticism online, others have their fingers crossed.
Hoping that all of the writers get what they deserve.
Well, I think it shows progress with the studios. I think the greed may be going away.
LA Mayor Karen Bass also welcomes the continued negotiations, saying in a statement that she will continue to be in touch with all parties involved to get the deal done. It's estimated that the ongoing writers and actors strikes have cost LA's economy a whopping $2.5 billion. Comcast, the corporation that owns our parent company, NBC Universal, is represented by the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers. Some employees of the NBC News Group are represented by the WGA and SAG-AFTRA. All right, as we say goodbye summer and hello fall, meteorologist Belinda Leon is here to let us know exactly what to expect.
Hi, everyone. The last day of summer is not going to look or feel like it. The forecast on Friday will be cloudy, even some areas of sprinkles possible with temperatures in the 70s. Then fall arrives this weekend, and the weather will be pleasant. We'll have milder temperatures and sunnier skies. Now, here's an example of that temperature trend, and then temperatures rising. In Moreno Valley, we're going to go from 75 on Friday to 81 on Saturday for the first day of fall. It gets a little warmer on Sunday, 83, and as this warmer air moves into our area, we're going to have less of that marine layer, so that means some sunnier skies. The forecast for next week, hey, look at this. The temperature stays steady for Monday and Tuesday, but we do have a slight warming trend on Wednesday when temperatures get a little warmer, closer to 90 degrees. Take care.
A social media influencer was robbed inside his home in the Hollywood Hills. The break-in was caught on a Ring camera. You can actually see the robbers go up to a home on Mannix Drive. They get inside and then moments later rush out with stolen items. Victims say his Rolex, Louis bag, passport, and gun were stolen. No arrests have been made. The LAPD is looking for 3 suspects.
Oh, he's boxing him in. Crazy turn of events, but he got stuck in traffic. Now he's boxed in, and I think that gray Tacoma is a civilian vehicle.
A dramatic and dangerous chase finally came to a stop, all thanks to another driver. This pursuit lasted more than an hour Thursday afternoon before ending in Arlington Heights. You can actually see the driver had a flag flying out of the car's sunroof, and eventually the suspect was boxed in by another driver. His truck blocked him from going forward. The man crawled out of the window and was taken into custody. And we looked up the license plates that were on the stolen Mercedes and reached out to the owner. He told us the plates were taken from his car that was parked at the San Francisco International Airport. LA County is in the middle of the worst overdose crisis in its history. Local leaders are now teaming up with law enforcement to try to prevent more deaths. LA County's Public Health Director Barbara Ferrer urged everyone to have the nasal spray naloxone at Thursday's press conference. Ferrer says drug overdoses have reached crisis proportions, with fentanyl now the #1 cause of accidental death among young people and 92% of overdose deaths among teenagers.
And because so many are unaware that the drugs they're ingesting are laced with fentanyl, many overdoses should actually be considered poisonings.
We are seizing an enormous amount of fentanyl in pills, powder form, large quantities.
County health officials say they're working with schools on awareness programs and to make sure schools have naloxone on their campuses. Getting pulled over for a traffic violation can make you sweat, but now the LA County Sheriff's Department is trying a new approach to ease the tension. You can do a face-to-face video chat with the deputy who pulls you over. This is done using the app called Safe Stop, and it gives the deputy and driver some time to talk about the reason for the stop. This is only available right now in the jurisdiction of the West Hollywood Sheriff Station. They're testing it out for the next 6 to 12 months. Climate change is cooking up a housing crisis coast to coast, and it could affect all of us, no matter whether you own or rent. A new report projects millions of people may struggle with soaring insurance premiums. NBC climate reporter Chase Kane explains.
Insurance companies are sending us a message. America faces another housing crisis, this one fueled by climate change.
Private insurers aim to price their risks accurately, so we should pay close attention to the choices that they make.
That Senate testimony was in March, and in the months since, the warnings have only gotten louder amid a now record-breaking year with billion-dollar disasters.
Led to an insurance crisis. More than a dozen insurers have pulled out of the Sunshine State.
And it says our climate crisis is partly to blame.
A new report from First Street Foundation warns it could spread coast to coast, with an estimated 1 in 4 American homes at risk. Concentrated in the county shaded in orange, NBC used First Street's data to highlight where insurance premiums could skyrocket to match the risk posed by climate change. That's 39 million properties.
Whether it be wildfire, wind, or flood, they have some level of significant risk from those climate hazards that makes them likely candidates for having either insurance premium increases in the future or potential pullouts of private insurance companies in their communities.
It's our poor citizens who are affected first. Maybe you inherited your house from your mother and father and you just have enough money to pay the bills. And now these rates go up. What do you have to do? You either have to sell your home, relocate, foreclose.
Matthew is the president of St. Charles Parish, just east of New Orleans. And recent hikes in federal flood insurance are already straining his community. That's on top of nearly 24 private insurance companies who pulled out of Louisiana.
If we can't afford to live here, the employees can't afford to go to work, the ripple effect that it's going to have on the greater economy is something that we've never seen before.
Without getting into the technicalities of real estate and finance, one thing to know is that even if someone can afford those higher premiums, if insurance costs soar, home values can drop.
I talked to the governor up in Colorado, struggling with similar issues. This is an issue all across the United States.
On stage at New York Climate Week, California's governor acknowledged the problem is so bad, he may call a special legislative session.
This is a red flag, not a yellow flag, and we are not going to be waiting till January, the next legislative session.
And whether it's government intervention or no action at all, real estate and climate experts like Jesse Keenan say every path forward carries some cost.
We can either address this problem collectively through democracy, or we can leave it up to Wall Street. And right now, Wall Street is driving the wagon and making the decisions. My hope is that through insurance regulators working together with the private sector, that we can begin to think about transition plans and about managing risk in our economy.
In New York, I'm climate reporter Chase Kane.
Halloween is a little more than a month away, and Beverly Hills is taking steps to prevent shenanigans. The city is banning silly string, shaving cream, and hair removal products on October 31st. It's only for that day, and city leaders say people often use things like silly string for pranks, but that can cause damage to property and harm the environment. The ban only applies to people under the age of 21. Apple's newest version of the iPhone is now on sale. The iPhone 15 starts at $799. Apple will offer 4 models. New features include an improved camera and a refreshed design. The iPhone 15 will also be the first to switch from Lightning charging to USB-C charging. Along with the new iPhone, updated Apple Watches are also on sale. We're celebrating Hispanic heritage, and we want to introduce you to a longtime voiceover actor, Angeline Santana. Now, you may not recognize Angeline's face, but you may know her voice.
I am the voice of Laura Dern, Doctora Ellie Sattler from Jurassic Park.
Pupilas dilatadas. Observe.
I was Jenny from Forrest Gump.
¿Por qué eres tan bueno conmigo?
Eres mi chica.
Angeline has dubbed over many Hollywood films and TV shows from English to Spanish before becoming one of Spanish media's most recognizable voices. She was an aspiring actress, born and raised in Mexico City, who got the chance to dub a voice and just never looked back. She eventually moved to LA.
In Los Angeles, it was a whole world of dubbing already going on. So to me, it was like coming back home. 2 days after I moved to Los Angeles, I was already working in a dubbing studio because they knew of me.
Angeline says dubbing actors were purposely kept away from the limelight for decades, but social media has allowed her to be in touch and connect with their fans. Things are getting spooky in Buena Park. The Halloween staple Not Scary Farm is back, and there is no shortage of ghouls and goblins, as well as monster-filled, frightful fun. For the 50th year, Not Scary Farm is bringing scares and frights, and this year, the Haunted Bash is celebrating its 50th anniversary. There are 10 mazes as well as scare zones and themed treats. The event is recommended for guests over the age of 13.
We are the first theme park that we've had with a scary haunted theme event. So we've had 50 years to perfect what we've done, and you know, we every year we just say, hey, what can we do better? How can we make our mazes bigger, scarier? And for our 50th anniversary, I look forward for all of our guests to come through our new mazes that we have this year.
And for younger kids, Not Scary Farm may be a little too spooky, but they don't have to miss out on the fun. You can actually take them to the family-friendly daytime Not Spooky Farm instead. Not Scary Farm runs through October 31st. Can't wait to check it out. I'll see you there. You can always get news and weather updates on the NBCLA app and our website, NBCLA.com. And be sure to tune into Today in LA on NBC4 weekdays from 4 to 7 a.m. I'll be helping you get around with the traffic reports throughout your morning commute. I'll see you next time on The Rundown.